The Roswell memory metal. Picture the New Mexico desert in July of 1947. A flat horizon, dry wind, silence stretching for miles. Then something falls from the sky. Not an explosion, not a crater, just scattered debris, glinting unnaturally against the sand near Roswell. The military's explanation was simple. Too simple. A weather balloon. Nothing more. But what was collected from that site told a very different story. Among the wreckage were thin metallic fragments, oddly light in the hand, yet impossibly tough. Material that didn't behave like metal at all. The first person to truly examine it was intelligence officer Jesse Marcel. He noticed something immediately wrong. You couldn't cut it. You couldn't burn it. You couldn't dent it. Crush it in your fist, and the metal would fold like foil. Then calmly unfold itself, snapping back into perfect shape. No creases. No damage. As if it remembered what it was supposed to be. Decades later, those same fragments were quietly transported to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Behind sealed doors, scientists began testing what they weren't supposed to talk about. What they found made no sense. The metal's isotopic ratios didn't match anything naturally occurring on Earth. Not even close. Its atomic structure showed signs of deliberate arrangement. Precision at a molecular level that human manufacturing wouldn't even theorize until generations later. One researcher, Anthony Corso, later described working with a material that felt alive. Not biological, but responsive. The fragments produced weak electromagnetic fields without any power source. They held a steady temperature regardless of heat or cold. And when exposed to electrical stimulation, they reacted, changing flexibility, conductivity, even surface color. Programmable matter. Long before the term existed, metallurgical tests revealed pure elemental forms that Earth-based refining simply cannot produce. No contamination, no imperfections. Even more unsettling, the metal appeared to repair itself. Microfractures vanished. Stress damage corrected. Attempts to reverse engineer it sparked breakthroughs that quietly shaped modern composite materials. But the original substance? Still unmatched. Still unexplained. Today, the Roswell memory metal remains locked away. Classified. Restricted. Handled by only a handful of approved scientists, if at all. It stands as a silent artifact of technology far beyond 1947. Far beyond today. And it leaves behind a single, disturbing question. If this metal didn't come from Earth, then where did it come from? And what else might be hidden alongside it? The Baghdad Battery Enhancement. In 1936, buried beneath the soil of modern-day Iraq, archaeologists uncovered something that shouldn't have existed at all. Simple clay jars. Unremarkable at first glance. Yet sealed inside them, copper cylinders and iron rods, arranged with deliberate precision. The discovery was made by German archaeologist Wilhelm Koenig. At the time, most dismissed the objects as ritual containers or storage vessels. But when researchers filled the jars with acidic liquid, something impossible happened. They produced electricity. Not a spark, not a trickle, a measurable electrical current. The artifacts were dated to around 250 BC, nearly 2,000 years before electricity was supposedly understood. Classified testing changed everything. These were not crude experiments or accidental reactions. They were engineered energy devices. Secret studies conducted at European research facilities revealed that the Baghdad batteries could generate a steady electrical output for months without noticeable degradation. When linked together, their combined voltage approached levels comparable to modern electrical systems. This wasn't primitive tinkering. It was system-level knowledge. X-ray scans of the copper cylinders revealed something even more unsettling. Inside were microscopic wire-like structures, delicate networks embedded within the metal itself. Precision metalwork at a scale ancient tools should never have achieved. Even after 2 millennia underground, the internal components showed almost no corrosion. Chemical analysis revealed alloy compositions unknown to ancient metallurgy. Then came the classified findings. Trace elements were discovered inside the batteries, rare earth materials that do not naturally occur in the region. Their isotopic signatures didn't match known Earth deposits available to ancient civilizations. According to restricted reports, some signatures didn't match Earth at all. But the most disturbing revelation wasn't the batteries themselves. It was what they were connected to. Excavations, quickly shut down and sealed, uncovered underground chambers linked by copper wiring stretching for kilometers. An ancient electrical network. Not symbolic, not ceremonial, functional. The engineering knowledge required to design sustained electrical systems, advanced alloys, and energy storage devices should not have existed in the Bronze Age. Yet the evidence says it did. Recently declassified analysis revealed manufacturing techniques that wouldn't officially appear until the Industrial Revolution. Controlled metal purity, advanced electrochemical design, repeatable production. The Baghdad batteries remain locked away today, accessible only to those with the highest security clearances. They stand as physical proof that advanced electrical technology existed thousands of years before history allows. Which raises an unsettling question. If ancient civilizations didn't develop this knowledge on their own, then who taught them how to harness power itself? The Antikythera mechanism. Off the coast of a small Greek island, divers once pulled a corroded lump of bronze from a shipwreck lost to time. At first glance, it looked like debris. Broken gears, fused metal, nothing extraordinary. That illusion didn't last long. Dating back over 2,000 years, the object was initially labeled an ancient astronomical calculator. A clever device, sure, but nothing revolutionary. That story quietly collapsed once classified analysis began. Officially called the Antikythera mechanism, the artifact revealed a level of complexity no ancient society should have possessed. Not just mechanical brilliance, something far stranger. Advanced imaging exposed more than 100 interlocking gears, each cut with astonishing precision. But the gear ratios weren't based on simple celestial cycles. They aligned with mathematical relationships that wouldn't be formally identified until the rise of modern physics. When researchers conducted high-resolution X-ray tomography, they found microscopic crystalline structures embedded within the bronze itself. Not decorative, functional. According to classified research led by scientists associated with CERN and University College London, these structures behave according to quantum mechanical principles. In other words, this wasn't just a calculator. It was processing information at the quantum level. Hidden within the gears were components capable of parallel computation, multiple calculations occurring at the same time. A task that today would require a modern supercomputer. Even more unsettling, the mechanism displayed signs of quantum correlation. Rotate one specific gear, and distant components reacted instantly. No physical linkage. No delay. A behavior eerily similar to quantum entanglement. A phenomenon ancient Greek science should never have known existed. Then came the dating results. Organic materials trapped within the bronze yielded conflicting timelines. Some matched the expected ancient period. Others appeared modern, decades old, as if parts of the device didn't belong to the same moment in time. The precision required to engineer quantum-scale components using bronze exceeds anything attributed to ancient manufacturing. Atomic-level understanding, controlled material behavior, predictive computation. Classified testing revealed another impossible feature. The mechanism accurately predicted astronomical events far beyond the ancient world. Solar eclipses, planetary alignments, even celestial encounters modern astronomers wouldn't confirm until centuries later. The quantum aspects of the Antikythera mechanism remain sealed under classifications stricter than weapons research. Very few are allowed to study it. Even fewer are allowed to speak. It stands as a fusion of ancient craftsmanship and advanced physics, technology that appears thousands of years out of place. Which leads to a troubling question. Was this device the peak of forgotten human genius, or evidence that someone, or something, shared knowledge far ahead of its time? The Crystal Skull Network. In 1927, deep inside a collapsed temple in Central America, explorer F.A. Mitchell Hedges uncovered something that defied explanation. A human skull, perfectly formed, carved entirely from a single block of clear quartz crystal. At first, it was dismissed as an elaborate relic. A ceremonial object, an artistic curiosity. That illusion didn't survive scientific scrutiny. The skull showed no tool marks, no grinding lines, no evidence of chisels, drills, or abrasion. Yet its anatomical accuracy rivaled modern medical models. Classified analysis later revealed something even more unsettling. This skull was not alone. It was one node in a global network. Hidden inside the crystal were microscopic optical pathways, natural-looking channels that bent, focused, and redirected light with extreme precision. Not decoration, engineering. Secret research conducted by optical specialists found structures comparable to modern fiber optics embedded within the crystal matrix. Light entered at one point and emerged elsewhere, amplified and reshaped. Technology that shouldn't exist without lasers. But the skull's strangest property only appeared when it was tested alongside others. Similar crystal skulls, found across different continents, began reacting in unison. Apply an electromagnetic field to one, and distant skulls responded instantly. Synchronized light emissions. No delay, no physical connection. Quantum resonance, a form of entanglement spanning the globe. Spectroscopic analysis delivered another shock. The quartz contained trace elements that do not occur naturally on Earth. Their isotopic signatures matched theoretical models for matter formed under extreme cosmic conditions. Conditions found in the cores of neutron stars, which meant the crystal itself may not be terrestrial. The manufacturing challenge alone makes the skull impossible. Carving flawless symmetry from solid quartz without fracturing it requires precision beyond modern machining, let alone ancient tools. Yet the skull exists. When multiple skulls were brought together during classified testing, something extraordinary happened. They produced holographic projections, star maps, not of the night sky as we know it, but of distant galaxies, rendered with accuracy beyond current astronomical observation. Stars humans haven't yet cataloged. Even more unsettling was how the skulls reacted to people. Different handlers produced different light patterns. Calm minds, focused minds, emotional minds. The skulls responded, as if designed to interact with human consciousness itself. Classified monitoring stations have detected repeating electromagnetic signals originating from these artifacts for decades. The patterns suggest structured communication. Data being transmitted between skulls using quantum protocols, a network that has been active, silently, for centuries. Today, the Crystal Skull Network remains under international classification. Access is tightly restricted. Discussion even more so. These artifacts combine advanced materials science, quantum physics, optics, and consciousness research into a single system. Which raises a chilling question. Were these skulls created as tools or as receivers, waiting for something or someone to reconnect with them? The Dropa stone discs. High in the mountains along the China-Tibet border, hidden inside remote caves, a discovery was made in 1938 that few outside classified circles have ever heard about. Hundreds of stone discs, stacked and scattered across the cave floors. Cold, heavy, perfectly shaped. Each disc measured roughly 2 feet across, with a clean hole drilled through the center, resembling ancient records rather than tools or ornaments. At first, they were dismissed as burial objects. Unusual, but meaningless. That assumption collapsed decades later. In 1962, Soviet linguist Sergei Laladov was granted classified access to the discs. What he found forced the investigation into secrecy almost immediately. The surfaces of the stones were etched with spiral grooves. Inside those grooves, microscopic symbols. So small they required magnification to even see. And what they described was not mythology. It was technology. The translated text read like technical manuals. Detailed explanations of propulsion systems based on electromagnetic field manipulation. Diagrams showing craft lifted and driven by interacting magnetic forces. Concepts human science wouldn't seriously explore until the space age. Even more disturbing were the star charts. The disks mapped celestial objects with precise distances and spatial relationships, including stars and systems invisible to the naked eye. Gravitational effects, trajectory calculations, interstellar navigation, astrophysics, written into stone. But the most unsettling section of the text focused on biology. The discs describe genetic modification techniques designed to adapt organisms to foreign planetary environments. DNA manipulation, cellular restructuring, controlled biological evolution. Knowledge humanity would not officially develop until the late 20th century. Geological dating placed the discs at nearly 12,000 years old, a time when human societies were still emerging from the Stone Age. The gap between the content and the era is impossible to reconcile. Carving microscopic text into granite, some symbols thinner than a human hair, cannot be done with ancient tools. The characters display perfect uniformity and geometric precision. Mechanical impossibility. Electromagnetic testing revealed another anomaly. When exposed to electrical current, the disks emitted faint magnetic fields and low-frequency radio signals. Not random noise. Structured emissions. As if the stones were designed to store and transmit information using electromagnetic encoding. Chemical analysis deepened the mystery. The mineral composition didn't match any known terrestrial quarry. Rare elements appeared in ratios consistent with asteroid or cometary material, meaning the stone itself may not be from Earth. Today, the Dropa stone discs are held in classified Chinese military storage facilities. Access is limited, discussion restricted. They remain the largest known collection of ancient technical documentation describing scientific knowledge far beyond any historical human civilization. Which leaves an unavoidable question. Were these stones meant as records or instructions left behind for a future civilization to eventually decode? The Costa Rican stone spheres. Deep in the jungles of Costa Rica, scattered across riverbanks and hilltops, nearly 300 stone spheres rest in silence. Some no larger than a grapefruit, others towering over 6 feet wide. Every one of them nearly perfect. They were first documented in the 1930s, uncovered as dense jungle was cleared for banana plantations. At the time, they were treated as curiosities, odd stone balls with no obvious purpose. That changed decades later. Classified studies conducted by researchers in the 1970s revealed something deeply unsettling. The largest spheres deviate from a true sphere by less than 2 millimeters. That level of precision requires advanced measurement tools, tools no pre-Columbian culture is known to have possessed. Surface analysis showed no chisel marks, no grinding scars, no evidence of shaping by hand. The stones appear engineered. Early classified research concluded the spheres were created using unknown techniques capable of achieving geometric perfection beyond modern stoneworking methods. But the real shock came from what was inside. Ground-penetrating radar revealed complex internal structures, geometric arrangements of different stone materials layered within the spheres. Not decorative, not structural, intentional. Designed according to specifications that suggest a deep understanding of materials science. Then researchers mapped their locations. From the ground, the placement seems random. From above, it isn't. The spheres form precise geometric patterns that align with specific stellar configurations. Constellations visible only from high altitude or orbit. A ground-based star map. Seismic testing revealed another anomaly. When exposed to certain acoustic frequencies, the spheres produce ultrasonic vibrations. The resonance patterns are mathematically exact, as if the stones were designed to function as acoustic resonators, or communication devices operating beyond human hearing. The material itself raises further questions. Petrographic analysis showed the spheres are made of granodiorite, not found anywhere in Costa Rica. The nearest known sources lie hundreds of miles away. Transporting stones of this size would require logistical capabilities far beyond known pre-Columbian societies. Even time behaves strangely around them. Carbon dating of organic material trapped within several spheres produced contradictory ages. Some samples date back over 1,000 years. Others appear centuries younger. From the same stone. As if the spheres don't obey linear time. Magnetic measurements uncovered localized anomalies. Objects placed near the largest spheres show slight changes in weight. Subtle, but measurable. effects consistent with distortions in local space-time, something their mass alone cannot explain. Today, the Costa Rican stone spheres remain protected and restricted. Only approved researchers are allowed near them. They stand as evidence of precision engineering and advanced knowledge far beyond any known pre-Columbian civilization. So the question remains, were these spheres monuments, instruments, or markers left behind by something that once understood Earth from far above its surface? The Nazca lines of Peru, stretching across the high desert of southern Peru, is one of the most puzzling landscapes on Earth. Hundreds of lines, perfectly straight, carved into stone and sand more than 2,000 years ago. For decades, the Nazca lines were explained as art, ritual symbols, giant drawings meant for the gods. But classified research tells a far more unsettling story. From the air, the scale becomes clear. Over 170 square miles of geometric patterns, runways, and corridors. Designs impossible to fully perceive from the ground. Ground-penetrating radar revealed something unexpected beneath the surface. Subsurface structures aligned precisely with the visible lines. Not decorative, engineered. In the 1970s, classified studies conducted with aerospace consultation revealed that the longest lines remained perfectly straight over distances exceeding 30 miles. Their deviation is almost non-existent. Achieving that level of accuracy requires advanced surveying instruments, tools ancient civilizations were never supposed to have. The mathematics behind the alignments point to spherical trigonometry, calculations accounting for Earth's curvature. That knowledge shouldn't have existed in the ancient world. Soil analysis uncovered another anomaly. The surface along many lines appears fused, hardened into a glass-like layer. The heat required to produce this effect exceeds anything achievable with fires or manual tools. It suggests directed energy, focused, controlled, and precise. Even more disturbing, electromagnetic surveys revealed that several geometric patterns act as resonators. When exposed to electromagnetic stimulation, the lines amplify specific radio frequencies. The result? Focused beams of radio energy detectable from orbital altitude. Navigation signals. Further mapping exposed a hidden network beneath the desert. Subsurface energy pathways forming a grid, channeling electrical currents along the lines themselves. A positioning system, a guide for aerial movement. The precision defies explanation. The lines remain perfectly aligned across hills, valleys, and uneven terrain. Areas where visual line of sight is impossible from the ground. Spectrographic analysis of the soil revealed isotopic anomalies consistent with intense electromagnetic exposure. Evidence of high-energy particle interaction. Not erosion. Not weathering. Technology. Recently declassified satellite data revealed something else. Many lines aligned directly with underground water sources and mineral deposits buried hundreds of feet below the surface. Mapping invisible resources without modern instruments should be impossible. Yet the lines do exactly that. Today, the Nazca lines are protected, monitored, and restricted. Aerial access tightly controlled. They are no longer viewed simply as art, but as remnants of navigation and communication systems that suggest ancient civilizations once interacted with advanced aerial technology. Which leaves a haunting question. If these were runways and beacons, then who were they built for, and where did those travelers go? The Iod aluminum artifact. In 1974, construction workers near the Romanian city of Iod unearthed something that should not exist. Buried deep in the soil, alongside the fossilized bones of a mastodon estimated to be over 20,000 years old, was a wedge-shaped metallic object. Not stone, not bone, metal, aluminum. That alone creates a paradox. Aluminum was not successfully isolated and refined by humans until 1825. Yet this object clearly predates recorded metallurgy by tens of thousands of years. The artifact measures roughly 8 inches long and weighs about 5 pounds. Its surface is smooth, angular, and unmistakably manufactured. Classified metallurgical analysis revealed something even more troubling. The object is made from a complex aluminum alloy, not raw aluminum. Its composition includes silicon, copper, zinc, lead, and trace elements blended in exact proportions. Ratios consistent with aerospace-grade materials developed during the Jet Age. Precision that requires industrial smelting and controlled refining. Processes ancient civilizations simply did not possess. Under magnification, the surface tells another story. Fine machining marks. Patterns consistent with advanced cutting tools, not hand forging. The tolerances exceed what traditional metalworking can achieve. They point toward automated or computer-guided manufacturing. Then there's the oxidation problem. Aluminum naturally forms an oxide layer almost instantly when exposed to oxygen. Yet this artifact shows minimal corrosion despite being buried for millennia. Its metallic luster remains intact, as if protected by a surface treatment unknown to modern metallurgy. X-ray crystallography revealed an internal structure that doesn't match any known aluminum production method. The molecular lattice suggests rapid cooling from extremely high temperatures, conditions achievable only in advanced industrial furnaces. Isotopic analysis deepened the mystery. The aluminum's isotopic ratios do not match any Earth-based or deposits. Instead, they align with theoretical models for aluminum formed in stellar environments. Starborn metal. Engineering assessments suggest the object was never meant to stand alone. Its aerodynamic shape and stress-resistant design indicate it functioned as a component, part of a larger mechanical or aerospace system. Carbon dating of organic residue attached to the artifact confirms its ancient age. Yet the aluminum itself displays characteristics of modern manufacture. A contradiction in time. Today, the Iod aluminum artifact remains locked in classified storage under strict supervision. Access is limited. Discussion carefully controlled. It stands as physical evidence that advanced metallurgy and precision manufacturing existed far outside our accepted timeline. Which forces a final question. Was this object left behind by a forgotten technological culture, or did it arrive here from somewhere far beyond Earth itself? The Russian tungsten screw. In 1998, deep in the Kuga region of Russia, geologists stumbled upon something that shouldn't exist. Embedded within a rock formation dated to 300 million years ago, a time before complex life even appeared, was a tiny, perfect screw. Not stone, not fossilized wood. Metal. Tungsten. The screw measures less than a millimeter in length, smaller than the width of a human hair. Yet its spiral threads are flawless. Uniform. Geometrically precise. A level of manufacturing that modern humans can barely achieve, even with nanotechnology. Dr. Yuri Galv of the Russian Academy of Sciences conducted classified electron microscopy studies. What he found was staggering. Every thread is spaced with molecular precision. Every ratio calculated. Every curve exact. The tungsten itself is nearly impossible to work with. Melting at over 3,000 degrees Celsius, shaping it into such fine threads requires industrial machinery and computer-guided processes. Technology only developed in the last few decades. Isotopic analysis revealed yet another layer of mystery. The screw contains rare isotopes not found in Earth's crust. Heavy elements theorized to form only in supernovae. A material from the stars, shaped with impossible accuracy. Even more astounding, similar microscopic screws have been discovered in other geological formations around the world, all predating multicellular life. All showing identical precision. This is not random. This is design. Electron diffraction studies of the tungsten revealed a crystalline structure unlike any known alloy. The atoms themselves are arranged with a level of control over material properties that human science is only beginning to theorize. The precision required, atomic-scale machining, remains far beyond current capabilities. The screw's geometry, material, and distribution suggest a purpose. A deliberate manufacture, a systematic deployment. Today, the Russian tungsten screw is locked away in classified storage at the Moscow Institute of Paleontology. Access is restricted to a handful of approved material scientists. It stands as physical proof that nanotechnology, atomic-level engineering, existed hundreds of millions of years before intelligent life was supposed to appear on Earth. Which leaves one impossible question. If humans didn't make it, then who or what did? The living metal sphere. In 1996, deep within a South African mine, workers uncovered something that rewrote the rules of reality. A metallic sphere, about 4 inches wide, sealed inside rock that formed 2.8 billion years ago. Long before plants, long before animals, long before Earth was supposed to host anything intelligent at all. The sphere is smooth, perfectly balanced, and marked by 3 parallel grooves around its equator. At first, it looked inert, just another geological oddity. Then it was placed inside a display case, and it began to move. Without motors, without magnets, without any visible power source. The sphere slowly rotates on its own axis, completing a full rotation roughly every 128 hours. No friction loss, no energy decay, a direct violation of thermodynamics. Classified research led by scientists at the University of the Witwatersrand revealed even stranger behavior. Sensitive instruments detected fluctuating electromagnetic fields radiating from the object. Not random noise, complex pattern variations, as if something inside was operating. Microscopic machinery powered by an unknown energy source that never weakens. Attempts to damage the sphere only deepen the mystery. Scratches vanished within hours. Surface abrasions healed themselves. Even drilling attempts failed. The metal regenerated faster than it could be removed. Self-repair at the molecular level. X-ray analysis exposed an internal structure that stunned researchers. Intricate, organized components operating at scales smaller than viruses. Nanotechnology, but not the kind humans know. The material itself defies classification. It contains isotopes that do not occur naturally on Earth. Some exhibit nuclear stability that should be impossible according to known physics. Exotic matter, engineered at the atomic level. Even more unsettling, the sphere reacts to people. Electromagnetic activity increases when humans approach. It decreases when the room is empty. Awareness. Response. Encoded electromagnetic signals have also been detected. Patterns resembling digital communication, but using mathematical structures that don't match any known system. Not human code. Today, the living metal sphere is kept under strict classification in a South African research facility. Access is limited. Discussion tightly controlled. It represents technology that merges self-powered machinery, artificial intelligence, exotic materials, and self-repair. Capabilities far beyond anything humanity can currently build. And when viewed alongside the other forbidden artifacts, a chilling picture emerges. These objects are not isolated anomalies. They follow a pattern. Self-repairing metals, quantum computation, advanced energy systems, nanotechnology embedded in deep time. Each artifact predates human civilization by thousands, millions, even billions of years. Each demonstrates intelligence far beyond what should have existed on Earth at the time. And every one of them has been classified, restricted, or removed from public access. Whenever evidence surfaces that challenges humanity's origin story, it disappears behind locked doors. Studied in secret, hidden from history, which suggests something far more disturbing than ancient mystery. It suggests that non-human intelligence is not hypothetical. It is documented, physical, stored in vaults around the world. These forbidden inventions imply that advanced civilizations have been observing, influencing, or revisiting Earth long before humans ever appeared, leaving behind technological breadcrumbs for those willing to question official explanations. The real mystery isn't whether we are alone. The evidence already exists. The real question is this: why has the truth been hidden, and what other relics of non-human intelligence are still buried, waiting to be found? Curious minds, the truth is out there, and only those who dare to question will see it. Subscribe to Strange Wise and uncover the forbidden knowledge hidden from the world. Hit the bell, don't let secrets stay buried.